It's 2020 and the history of the NBA dates all the way back to 1946. Some years are more eventful than others, obviously, but overall there are a lot of great moments, sad moments, a lot of key years and dates to recognize. So with all of that in mind, I decided to do something fun. Hey guys, Purple Prince here, and today I want to introduce you to the NBA timeline, where I'll look at each and every year in the NBA history and tell you the key events that happened that year. This is obviously a lot of information to digest, so stay with me, leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you appreciate my work. Thanks. Since it's the first video in the series, I don't really have any pattern I can follow yet, so I just put the years in a random number picker and it gave me year 1962 as the year to start with. Let's go. First, let's get birthdays out of the way. 67 players who have played in the NBA were born in 1962. 3 of them are Hall of Famers: John Stockton, Clyde Drexler, and Patrick Ewing. All 3 of those men don't need a separate introduction, but John Stockton is NBA's all-time assist leader, one of the best point guard and players in NBA history. Clyde Drexler, although always sitting in the shadow of Michael Jordan, was a great player himself, a 1-time NBA champion and a 10-time NBA All-Star, and Patrick Ewing is an 11-time NBA All-Star. Okay, let's get back to the timeline, and as a spoiler, there will be a lot of Philadelphia and Wilt Chamberlain here. January 5th, 1962. Wilt Chamberlain of Philadelphia began a streak of 47 consecutive complete games, an NBA record. It's such an incredible record because Wilt played every minute of those 47 games, not a second of rest. Just imagine, guys. January 13th, 1962. Wilt Chamberlain scored 73 points to lead Warriors to a win over the Chicago Packers. Those 73 points was, at the time, the most points ever scored by an NBA player in a regulation game, and it remains tied for the 3rd highest total in NBA history. January 16th, 1962. Just 3 days later, Wilt Chamberlain scores 42 points, the most ever in an All-Star game, and grabs 24 rebounds as he wins MVP honors even though his East team lost to the West 150-130. The West's Bob Pettit had an All-Star record 27 rebounds. February 22nd, 1962. Wilt Chamberlain attempts an NBA record 34 free throws in a game against St. Louis. This record is now held by Dwight Howard, who had a couple of games where he attempted 39 free throws. March 2nd, 1962. Wilt Chamberlain scores 100 of his team's 169 points in a win against the New York Knicks, the most ever by an NBA player in a single game. Ah yes, the legendary 100-point game. Nobody has realistically came close to it, and it will be hard to do so. Chamberlain shot 36 of 63 from the field and 28 of 32 from the free throw line, along with grabbing 25 rebounds. March 13, 1962. The Boston Celtics beats the Syracuse Nationals 142-110, becoming the first team to win 60 games in an NBA season. March 14, 1962. Wilt Chamberlain completed his banner regular season of setting records that still stands by averaging 50.4 points and 48.5 minutes per game. Just for the record, Wilt holds 4 highest point averages for a season, and the next best result, which is not held by Wilt, belongs to Michael Jordan, who averaged 37.1 points during the 1986-87 season. March 29, 1962. Elgin Baylor and Jerry West of the Lakers became the first teammates to both score 40 or more points in a playoff game as the Lakers lost to Detroit in a Western Division Finals game. Elgin Baylor scored 45 points and Jerry West scored 41. April 14, 1962. Elgin Baylor of the Los Angeles Lakers scored an NBA Finals record 61 points in Game 5 at Boston Garden, as the Lakers defeated the Celtics 126-121. Baylor's 22 field goals made set an NBA Finals record that was tied 5 years later by San Francisco's Rick Barry. April 18, 1962. The Boston Celtics beat the Los Angeles Lakers 110-107 in an overtime in Game 7 of the NBA Finals, despite the 11th straight 30-plus point scoring performance by Lakers forward Elgin Baylor, which is an NBA playoff record. Bill Russell of Boston tied his own NBA Finals record by grabbing 40 rebounds in the game. That was Bill Russell's 5th NBA championship. August 6, 1962. The Philadelphia franchise's name was changed from the Nationals to the 76ers. October 16, 1962. Dave DeBusschere, a future 8-time NBA All-Star and a 2-time champion, made his debut for the Detroit Pistons against Los Angeles during a neutral site contest in New York. The Lakers won 122-106. DeBusschere scored 16 points. October 20th, 1962. John Havlicek, a future 13-time NBA All-Star and an 8-time NBA champion, made his debut for the Boston Celtics at home against the New York Knicks. The Celtics won the game 149-116, and Havlicek finished the game with 6 points and 4 assists. November 3, 1962. Wilt Chamberlain of the now San Francisco Warriors scores 72 points in a game against the Los Angeles Lakers, the 4th highest point total in NBA history. November 16, 1962. Wilt Chamberlain scores 73 points against the New York Knicks, tied for the 3rd highest single game point total in NBA history. December 14, 1962. Wilt Chamberlain scores 63 points for the Philadelphia Warriors, and Elgin Baylor tallied 50 points for the Los Angeles Lakers, one of only 3 times in NBA history that opposing players each scored at least 50 points in the same game. And December 22, 1962. The NBA's 1 millionth point was scored in either the Detroit-Chicago, New York-Boston, or Syracuse-San Francisco game. I don't know which game exactly, but that's what NBA.com says. So that was 1962 in the NBA in a nutshell. It was pretty much a Wilt Chamberlain year, as you can see. Even though he didn't win the NBA championship, he just totally dominated the basketball scene in 1962. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Which year should be the next on the timeline? What was the most important event of 1962 for you? Please leave a like and a comment below. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. This is Purple Prince, and I'm out.